brainwashing and things that are going on. Then Al Jorgensen, a ministry legend, is going to be joining us. That should be a wild interview coming up. They're in there testing his video Skype right now. If you're a radio listener, you can always go to Infowars.com/show and find the free video feed and pass that on to friends and family. Imagine the power of that. That's all you got to do is take the free video feed, the free podcast feed and things like that, the free iPhone or Droid app link, and send it to friends and family. Or sign off on your emails. Defend human liberty. Stop the tyranny. Infowars.com. The resistance can prevail. But you got to get that spirit. You got to decide you're not going to roll over and die. That's what they want you to do so they can inherit the earth. No! No, 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 no. You got to find your will. Now, we're running a special on Ancient Defense, and it was my goal going back about a year ago, as we'd already developed a few products for InfoWarsLife.com that were still competitively priced, very competitively priced, in fact, way under their competition, but the ingredients are so proprietary, in some cases so expensive, that, you're talking $45 for Super Male Vitality. And it's just because the ingredients are cold pressed, they're so concentrated, it's similar to testosterone booster type stuff, does more than that, but it was like $100, but still, I wanted to be less than that. And I wanted an herbal immunity with all the well-known herbs and extracts that have been proven safe and effective for thousands of years and that have been known to massively boost the immune system and just give you more energy, you name it. And that's what's in the Ancient Defense Herbal Booster. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff that's in major studies. We covered it last week to boost your immune system, so many other things. And it's $14.95. It's normally $19.95. Leading competitors are basically double that with similar formulas. This is super high quality, organic. You can get 2 bottles of the X2 Nascent Iodine right now and get a free bottle of Ancient Defense, or get a bottle for $14.95. You cannot get a better deal on any dietary supplement out there, in my view. This is really a cut above the rest. It's what I give myself, my children, and we haven't gotten the flu or gotten sick yet. Had a little bit of allergies, but that's basically been it. So InfoWarsLife.com, find the Ancient Defense. It's part of the right side line we're going to come out that is the discount line, but still incredible quality. It's just everything in that line we intend to be below or at $20. We're also coming out with oil of oregano that just came in this week, and I don't like dripping it in my mouth, so I like to take it as a caplet. There's 60 caplets in here, and it is available for just $19.95 normally. Leading competitors with 60 caplets of similar types, $29.95, just to give you an example. We're trying to discount it. And it is the best type. There's a whole bunch of different oregano plants, but this is the original Mediterranean oregano. We've got the Latin there, Oregonium vulgare. And so there you go, which is the raw oregano, pure oregano. And it's powerful, and the things it does for immune system, your guts, is just unprecedented. And it's $19.95 at InfoWarsLife.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. And that's how you fund this independent organization. And if you just try the products, I believe you'll come back and get more, because they're the top of the line, the best that are out there. Thank you so much, all of you, for your support. Okay, I want to get into inside the Illuminati. You know, they talk about the occult. That just simply means hidden. And the Illuminati came around in the 1775 or so, promising to fight the corruption of the church and the royalty. They got the best people to join them, believing that they were fighting in a conspiracy of liberty. But we got the Illuminati documents you're about to talk about, and the truth was it was an even more evil plan, not to bring liberty, but to bring the ultimate tyranny. And you've read a lot of books about it. You've written a lot of books about it. You've republished old manuscripts on it, like proofs of this conspiracy that includes, some of the transcripts of federal trials on the matter. This has been proven. So get into proofs of this conspiracy in your new book, Inside the Illuminati. Mark Dice.
Yeah, and then we can get into how it sort of morphed into this mysterious pop culture phenomenon. But back in the late 1700s, a law professor, Adam Weishaupt, at Ingolstadt University, started the Illuminati, what was originally called the Perfectibilists. Illuminati, of course, means the enlightened ones. As you said, supposedly to help fight the tyranny of the Catholic Church, which nobody can doubt was and continues to be extremely tyrannical, particularly back then. But what's interesting about Weishaupt, instead of being like the founding fathers and wanting to establish a free democracy or a republic with equal rights and personal liberties, he basically wanted to replace the power of the Catholic Church. And through deception, he spread the Illuminati, infiltrated into Freemasonry, spread around, you can track it, as I do in the book, to the various modern secret societies like the Skull and Bones Society, the Bohemian Grove, the Bilderberg Group, etc. And the original writings, multiple stashes of them, were discovered by former members. An individual named Joseph Utschneider came forward in 1784 to the Duchess, to the Duke of Bavaria's sister-in-law, and gave him some of the information. They raided some individuals' houses, found some of the actual writings, published them in German, and you can get them today in my book, Inside the Illuminati, in English. Some individuals back then, John Robeson in Proofs of a Conspiracy, other individuals, Seth Payson in his Proof of the Illuminati, published English translations, and when you read them, it's an exact blueprint of the tyrannical power structure that we're seeing today. So unlike the founding fathers of America, who put out their grievances, who listed them and listed what they wanted, signed their names to it, and sent it over to the king, or like Martin Luther, 250 years before Adam Weishaupt in 1517.
He nailed it on the door.
He listed his grievances with the Catholic Church and publicly nailed it on the door, risking his own life and liberty. So Weishaupt, a lawyer, we all know the reputation that lawyers have, the chair of the university over there, the law department, spread his Illuminati through various cells, through deception. We have individuals that when they started to find out that it wasn't just for a free society to spread personal liberty, that he basically was acting as inspired by the tyrannical Jesuits, using their methodology of the ends justifies the means. People defected. There were court hearings. And if you read some of the writings, which are over 200 years old, it's incredible how they ring so true today, talking about taking over the government, using the media, which the media at that time, obviously, there was no radio or television, but it was newspapers and books. And a lot of people actually read books back then, as you know. So there were reading clubs and reading societies. I mean, here's a quote actually from Adam Weishaupt's own pen, where he says, "By establishing reading societies and subscription libraries and taking these under our direction and supplying them through our labors, we may turn the public mind which way we will," meaning which way we want. He goes on to say that in like manner, we must obtain influence in the military academies, the printing houses, bookseller shops, and in short, all offices which have in any effect either in informing or managing and directing the mind of men. One of them goes on to say that we will get all the literary journals. We will take care by our carefully timed pieces, meaning articles, to make the citizens and the princes a little more noticed for their certain little slips, meaning to highlight some of the issues when they speak about something that they disagree with. A certain little more notice for their certain little slips, of course, to reinforce anything that the officials have said that can be used against them. It's just incredible to see the blueprint and the actual connections. People will go to Wikipedia as their #1 source of information, which says that the Illuminati was discovered, which they were, where there were trials and people were arrested, and there were edicts, which was a decree of law.
Well, it all started when one of the couriers got struck by lightning, and they found some of the documents.
Yes, on his person, one of Weishaupt's good friends was killed, and some writings were found in a secret pocket. But that's just one of the stashes of writings. So even people who doubt that, there were actual 2 other main sources of the documents that were discovered after police raided individuals' houses after being tipped off by Joseph Utschneider, former member. But one of the major points, people go to Wikipedia as the #1 source of information, which says, well, the Illuminati were discovered and they were just stamped out and they ceased to exist after 1787, failing to take into mind that in 1790, 3 years later, the Duke of Bavaria issued his 4th edict, which meant a statement of law, denouncing the Illuminati and saying that they continued to exist, they continued to spread. Obviously, they infiltrated Freemasonry, which is admitted by Freemasons. Albert Mackey, who wrote one of the most popular Freemason books about the symbols of Masonry, the lexicon of Freemasonry, admits, and all Masonic scholars do, that Weishaupt infiltrated Freemasonry in one of the biggest international conferences in 1786. And then
let's expand on that, because George